Morning, Mr. Hunt. Your mission that should be accepted. First, you should watch carefully these introduction videos and make definitive conclusion on why they will succeed.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
To discover the secret code, you must find many agents. I call them with the Braveheart team. You must meet our agent, Arif Mujianto, the infrastructure man. Your time to discover the secret code is just 24 hours from now. Do it.
To discover the secret code for your mission, I will tell you why most of companies fail. So, in a company, consider on how the decisions are made. Do we really know why some companies succeed, or just based on assumption? Every instruction we give, every course of action we set, or every goals we targeted start with the same thing, a decision. There are only two ways to influence human behavior, by manipulation or by inspiration. Start from politicians to business, we can use these options to buy our products or to vote to choose the politician in an election. Manipulation, or we can call it with carrot and stick method, are the best way to elicit the desired behavior for transaction for the short term. But it really costs you money, lots of money. So if the money is not available to fund the strategy for the promotion, so not having a loyal customer is really hurt. The danger of manipulation is that they actually work, but just only for short term. And because manipulation work, today they have become the norm, practiced by most of people and companies. But is there any alternative instead of using manipulations? So it might be the answer to your mission to discover the secret code. By this time, you need to meet our colleague, Mrs. Nana, Intercontinental Hotel, room number 118G in London. See you, Han.
The golden circle is an alternative perspective. Today I realize instead of making a question of what should we do to compete, the question must be asked about why we are doing this and what we are doing this in the first place. Consider all the technologies and market are available today, and then we will be able to develop the reason of why. That makes a brand's loyalty. If you don't know why you do what you do, even, how can anybody else? Having clarity, discipline, and consistency are also important for having those. It will enable the leaders in all over the world to articulate the why in their any institutions, to boost not only for themselves, but people's too. If you still want to know further about why leaders need a following, you must see another agent. Go ask him.
Eden, I don't have much time. A lot of things you can learn from chapter 3. As leader, your why can be your main why if they trust you. Trust can be obtained if you share the same value and belief with them. Don't forget to prove with what you do and how you do it. You can follow example of Steve Jobs and Dr. Martin Luther King. Moreover, don't ignore the law of diffusion of innovation when you select the target. If you choose the wrong one, it will be a complete failure. Even why is also very important when recruiting crew, as Ernest Shackleton did when he was going to do an expedition to Antarctic. Rather than mention X, parent, etc. in the app, Shackleton offered a challenge, the most possible reward and recognition if successful on the expedition. As a result, people who apply are good fit and loyal people. Another agent will contact you in London. He will give you further information. This message will destroy in 5 seconds.
Do you know part 4? Please tell me more.
Hi Ethan, this is part 4. How to rally those who believe. First, you need to start with why, but you have to know how. Great leaders not only need energy but also charisma to inspire them, to amplify your inspiration so people will know and support your idea, your why. Remember, great organizations not only excite the human spirit, they inspire people to take part in helping the advance of why. Second, when you know why, when you know how, then what? Remember to speak clearly and shall be clearly understood. As a company grows, your job is to personify the why. Third, communication is not about speaking, it's about listening. The only reason symbols have meaning is because we infuse them with meaning. The meaning lives in our mind, not in the item itself. The effort of clarify, discipline, and consistency to amplify the symbol give the ability to command such loyalty, like Apple and Harley-Davidson. That's all, Ethan. I have to go. Go to the nearest music store for next mission. Bye.
Good evening, Mr. Han. I will give you a little resume from chapter 5. The reason so many businesses fail, however, is because passion alone cannot cut it. For passion to survive, it needs structure. A why without how, passion without structure, has a very high probability of failure. Since Sam Walton dead, Walmart lost its why. Walmart stopped believing in their why. Walmart has been battered by scandal of mistreating employees and customers, all in the name of shareholders' value. The goal is to ensure that as the measurement of what grows, the clarity of the why stays closely aligned. Microsoft is just one of the tangible things Bill Gates has done in his life to bring his cause to life. The company is one of the words to his why. Though Microsoft had changed since its founding, the impact was never as dramatic because at least Bill Gates was there. The physical embodiment of the cause that inspired the executives and employees. Now, your next mission to find the last chapter about Start With Why.
Hello Ethan, in this 6th chapter, I will tell you about the origins of a why. Wozniak said, the Apple gave an individual the power to do the same things as any company. For the first time ever, one person could take on a corporation simply because they had the ability to use technology. Wozniak engineered Apple I and Apple II to be simple enough for people to harness the power of technology. Jobs knew how to sell it. Thus was born Apple Computer, a company with a purpose, to give the individual to power the dreamer and the idealist to challenge the status quo, and it succeeded. With clarity of purpose and amazing disciplines, Apple becomes a success company in just 6 years. Apple innovation is born out of its why, and as Steve Jobs put it, I want to put it a ding in the universe. So today, people not only buy the Apple's product by its quality, but also they buy because they believe with the why. As we learn from Apple to discover our why, it's like an arrow. The why of individual or organizations comes from the past. It is born out of the life experience of individual or small group. This individual who could inspire the organization.
I know the passcode. The first 3 videos mean they succeed because they start with why. This is same with the Braveheart agent team said, which lead to a book, Start With Why.